Hello everyone, SirMonkeySuit is here, back again with Fate Unlimited Blade Works. We're on episode 4, and in the last episode, Shiro was given all of the know-how and all of the, the rundown essentially on how the Holy Grail works. And in the end, he's decided to continue being a part of it, be a master and whatnot. Even though he is a novice mage, which means that his servant Saber is nowhere near as powerful as she was in Zero, which is going to obviously that's going to be interesting to watch to see how she fares against other servants and whatnot. Which she's about to now, alongside Rin and Archer. So Ilya's turned up with Berserker, so we know Ilya's got that connection. We don't know if she is a fully fledged master yet, because there could be a similar situation to what happened with Zero, with Kiritsugu and whatnot. Because I mean, the interesting thing is that if Ilya's holding the Grail, then it would be weird for her to be a master as well. But we're just gonna have to wait and find out, see what that is. But yeah, they are. I don't know if they're facing off, or like if they're going to battle, or they're just there to talk or whatever. I don't know, because Ilya turned up to Shiro at some point and like, are you gonna hurry up and become a master yet? You know what I mean? She was. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what's going to happen. But yeah, I think that's all we really need to talk about. So we're going to get into this episode and see what we get. So without further ado, let's go. All right, episode 4. Right, so seemingly it seems like Ilya is not self-aware at all. Seems very, like, cold. Not surprising considering she doesn't have, like, any parents at all. I'm assuming she's just brought up by that same guy that we saw back in Zero, though I can't remember his name. I think he's, like, some religious figure or whatever the fuck. Basically, he was the one, like, looking over the Einsburn family or whatever, right? But she has the same magic as what our mother's was, and I don't know how old was she when they left? Was she like 3 or something? It's not exactly a lot of time for her to learn magic, so I'm assuming that maybe like it's not. I guess the magic's probably not like passed down by their mothers as opposed to like by that religious figure or whoever it is that's looking after the family, and that's where she gets it from. But it is the same because it takes form of like a bird, right? And it can just changes its form at will depending on what you want to use it for. But I feel like when I came up against her, like when she's going up against Rin and whatnot, if I put them two like side by side, I'm thinking Rin's got to be like more versed in magic than what Ilya is. So Archer said that Berserker could take on all of the other 6 alone. So I don't know where he's gotten this information from, considering the fact that 3 of the servants haven't even been revealed yet. So I'm guessing it's got to be like impressive the fact that Saber could even take him on and hold him back for that length of time. Like, especially considering the fact that she isn't as strong as what she was back in Zero anyway, because of the fact that her master is like a novice mage or whatever. But I mean, I wouldn't have the first clue as to what hero Berserker's supposed to be. He definitely looks like one though. I'm guessing he's probably like somewhere from like the Roman or Greek period. Like, so, like when they were like at their height, like at some point around there, it's got to be like some, mythical warrior from the. Just judging by the fact that he's fucking. What do you call him? What do you call those things, Mike? Those fucking, like, old like medieval style, like almost like Roman armor, but instead like it's like a skirt that men wear. It's like a whole thing, but in medieval times they didn't really wear like armored pants. So it was like a skirt that almost went into it.
I don't know.
No. But the people that are fucking watching this know what it is, because it's that armored skirt thing that he wore. I feel like that's more prevalent in like those like the Roman like Roman army and things like that back in those days. But I could be completely way off. Could be fucking any of them, because I think Samurai Warriors actually war as well. So fuck knows. But he doesn't give off that vibe of being a Japanese, like Japanese to me. Just judging by the way that he looks. But we'll find out in all due time. I liked the use of Rin's sort of like magic shield that like kept Berserker in and sort of like actually pushing him down. I think it gives like some. It actually shows like how good the masters are against servants, like if they're able to, you know, work with magic, like you know, if you put one up against the other. Generally in Zero it wasn't a case of like servants going up against masters. I feel like it was always servants v servants. So the fact is of seeing like a master's use of magic on a servant and seeing like how it sort of holds up against it is interesting. But I like the sort of the double team that Rin used with Archer by using that magic shield and having Archer use the rain of arrows. That was really cool. So yeah, Ilya, she only seems to care about interest in, I don't know where, like what interest really means. Like she was only interested in fighting when she was fighting somebody that she's not interested in, which is kind of odd. It's kind of like the opposite of what you'd think. But she seems to have an affinity for Shiro, and therefore she was, I guess, willing to let him go. But that wasn't going to happen with Rin and Archer there. But now that she has an interest in Archer, then she's fine, sort of leaving them alive, as it were. We also had a look at Gilgamesh. He turned up in this episode, which it looks like he hasn't aged a day. He looks exactly the same as he did 10 years ago. Which is strange, because I thought what happened after the last Holy Grail War was that he got given a wish to basically be to be mortal, right? He's no longer a servant after that. So I figured he would just have he would just essentially become a human, and then he would just have to live like a mortal, and then I guess he would just age. But it looks like he hasn't. I mean, I guess that doesn't mean much in like fucking animation terms, but like if you look at Kira, he's aged, mostly with his fucking mullet hair, I guess. But yeah, it looks like he hasn't changed at all. And then finally we had Shiro, who was throwing up blood there, like Karya was in Zero. Now I thought in Zero it was a case of like Karya was throwing up blood because he had Berserker at that point, and with Berserker being sort of like bound by crazy, that he would kind of like, you know, he would go overboard, and that would cause the person who's that servant's master to basically not have enough mana, so it would actually hurt them, and they would start to feel the effects of it. So I'm guessing that's the same thing that's happening here. Is Shira wasn't able to hold up a lot of what Saber was doing there, especially by using like her Noble Phantasm there at the end, and that caused them to throw up. So yeah, basically Saber can't do much other than like without hurting Shiro. So I don't know if there's going to be a case of Shiro's going to have to like learn very quickly, and I don't know if that's able to happen. Like I don't know, depending on how adept you are with magic, like how fast can you learn it. I mean, it's not a case of like you can just you can like sort of like up your mana a bit, because it like you know what I mean. I think he only has like a certain amount he can use. So yeah, I don't think it's like, you know, exercising a muscle or whatever, where you can increase it or not. But yeah, that is all. So thank you everyone for watching. In the description below, everything's certain things. Discord, get yourself over there. I'm over there. My community's over there. SirMonkeySuit.com, my website. All my content is over there. Get yourself over and become a member. And Patreon. So if you do want to support me on Patreon, then I have a bunch of different tiers depending on how much you want to support me with. So there's the $5 early access, gives you access to shows a week early, and you get 4 episodes of Fate every single week. $10, that's a full length, so that gives you access to my full length library. Everything I actually gets a full length. $15, that is the exclusive tier. that gives you access to a bonus show, which I'm currently reacting to, which is 7 Deadly Sins. So if you're interested in that, go over and become an exclusive tier patron. $50, that's the elite tier. That gives you a choice of a show that you want me to react to, and I will react to it. It'll go to the bottom of the list by about 7 shows. Might take me a while to get round to it, but I will do it eventually. But if you don't want to wait and you want to get your show reacted to next, and you want to get God tier, which is $100, and that means your show will be reacted to as quick as possible. And that is also thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.